Hey guys, how is everybody doing? With the release of Captain America Brave New World now officially playing in theaters, today I'm going to be giving you my ranking of all five Captain America movies and a TV show, which I will be including, which is going to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So we have four Captain America movies now, and we now also have the TV show, as I said. And so I'm going to be taking all five of those projects and I'm going to be ranking them all from worst to best. Now, before when I say worse, I don't necessarily think there's a bad project in this movie. I'll discuss my number five. That's the only one I have mixed feelings about. Other than that, I think all these projects are pretty good and they are all pretty watchable. So, with that all out of the way, let's talk about the Captain America movies ranked from worst to best. Coming in at number five, which I think is pretty easily the weakest of all these projects, and that is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I had not seen this show when it first came out or when it first premiered. I had not watched it until a few days ago when Brave New World was coming out. I wanted to watch that and set up the new one because I was told that's what you have to watch, which you don't really need to. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, this was a show I've always been interested in, but I never had the desire to watch it because I have not been a fan of these Disney Plus original series. The only ones that I've really liked are, which I guess, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, has been coming out this year, which I've really enjoyed, and of course you got Loki, which I do think is a little bit overrated, but I still like it. And so I've just never had the urge to watch this show because Disney Plus series have never worked for me. The ones I have watched, I have mixed feelings about, like Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, and WandaVision. Like, I have a lot of mixed feelings about that, so I never bothered to watch this. However, after watching it, I will admit that it is one of the better MCU shows that we have on Disney Plus, but it's still not great because the main issue with the show, and it's a main issue with the entire MCU Disney Plus projects, is that this show is very short and feels rushed because this show is only 6 episodes long. But the story that they try to tell, if they are trying to merit into a television series, I felt it could have been longer. But at the same time, when you watch episode 5, that one feels like it's the ending of the show. And then it continues to go on for another episode, which is like, okay, let's go on for another episode to just set up Falcon as Captain America. But it's just like, there's moments here I'm like, that felt really rushed. I was really hoping there would be a better payoff there and it just felt rushed, and I felt like there could have been more episodes. And I really wish this could have been a movie because I honestly feel if this was a movie, more short scale, than it wasn't just drawn out to be 6 episodes. I honestly feel this would be higher because I feel there's a lot to merit a good Falcon and the Winter Soldier movie. And unfortunately, Zemo, who I think is a great villain in the MCU, who's one of the best villains in Civil War. He is one of the best villains, I would admit. But after watching this show, I kind of fell out of love with him a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit, because I felt like he was wasted. Didn't really feel like he needed to be there. Just kind of like he was there, but it was cool to see him come back. And Sam's and Bucky's chemistry in this movie, yeah, God, in the show, excuse me, is a lot of fun and it carries the entire show, especially in episode 2 when they first meet up. That was like their chemistry and their performance from both actors are great, and you can definitely tell that there's chemistry there. So yeah, their relationship in the show is one of the best parts about it. It's probably the best part because their dynamic is a lot of fun. Their comedic timing is pretty well done as well. And John Walker, who is the best part about this show, who is going to be returning in Thunderbolts later this year, which I'm pretty excited about. He is the best part about the show in my mind, and he's probably one of the best written characters in the entire MCU. So yeah, it's a massively disappointing show. The lackluster villains and stuff like that held it back for me, but I still enjoy it. It's not a show that I hate. If you are a Captain America fan, you want to see Sam Wilson slowly go into the age of becoming Captain America officially, then check it out for sure. But I just don't feel it should have been 6 episodes long. It should have been a 2 hour long movie. Coming in at number four, this one might get me in trouble for how low it is, and that is Captain America the First Avenger. Now, I'm not saying this movie is bad by all means. I do think that this is a great origin story. This is a great origin for Captain America. I felt it was very well made. I felt it was very well done. However, it's held back because of you can feel those early phase one like feels to this movie to where you kind of look back at phase one and you're like, wow, that was a damn good phase. That was a damn good introduction to this universe. However, the stuff that we got afterwards, and especially the two that came after this one for the trilogy, this one just seems kind of bland in a sense. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, but however, I would rather rewatch the other two movies in his trilogy and then go to watch this one. This would actually be the last Captain America movie I would watch because sure, it is good. Great origin story for Steve Rogers and Captain America. I felt it was very well done. However, there are just so many moments to where it just felt bland and just lackluster. The action, not very good in my mind. I felt there was a lot to like. It's just bland in my mind. Red Skull, his tone in this movie is completely off from what the entire movie is trying to be. And however, they do bring the 1940s itself to life pretty well. I felt that was the one of the best parts about this movie. You really feel like you're watching a 40s movie and seeing the upcoming of Rogers to Captain America. You can really feel the change and shift with that. I really enjoy that about the movie. But again, you can feel those old phase 1 like feelings to this movie and it's just bland. Coming in at number three is the new kid on the block, Captain America: Brave New World. Now, yes, this movie is very controversial already. This is either you love it or you hate it, like type of movie. Well, not hate it, but dislike, I guess. Now, I will admit I was not overly excited for this movie. I wasn't highly anticipating it, like, oh my god, I can't wait. This is going to be the next big thing for Marvel. I was never one of those people. I was just excited to see a Captain America movie. I was excited to see Sam Wilson get his own movie because he deserves it. Because Anthony Mackie, I thought he was good in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that set up him becoming Captain America pretty well, especially in the final episode of that series. So there was a lot to look forward to for me in this movie. I was just excited to see a Captain America movie, but I wasn't excited for the film itself. And one of the things I was nervous about was this going to be a secret Incredible Hulk sequel? In a sense, it kind of is, but with Captain America. Not overly like a sequel to that, but it has merits to that. However, after seeing the movie, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Captain America: Brave New World. It's not bottom 10 MCU movie. It is not top 10 MCU movie by any means. This just fits right down the middle of an okay to average MCU movie to where it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The action, not mind-blowing by any means, but it's pretty good, especially the whole wing sequence when they're on the water, when they're around the thing that makes adamantium in this movie. That whole sequence was great. Red Hulk, I was glad that he did at this point. He was a lot of fun to watch in this movie. I sure he doesn't show up until towards the end, excuse me. But it was just cool to see him. They didn't waste him, and I'm glad they didn't kill him off or anything, because I do want to see him come back. And however, I was a little bit bummed by the leader. I did not like the way he looked by any means. That was not comic accurate, and it was nothing from what we saw in the advertisements. But so yeah, I was a bit bummed by that because we saw a concept art of him. Like, oh wow, that looks really good. But then we got something completely different in this movie. It's just like there was complete difference there. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought this was a great introduction for Sam Wilson's Captain America. I think this is a very promising start to his character, and I am very intrigued to see where this could possibly go. Will we get a trilogy? Who knows? I would like to see a trilogy because I feel Sam Wilson deserves it. But we shall see what the future takes. It's a fun Captain America movie for sure. And this is supposedly going to lead up into Doomsday. I guess we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I really enjoyed Captain America: Brave New World. Do not listen to the people saying that it is not good whatsoever or it's boring. It's a lot of fun. I think you will enjoy it. So go and check it out because I do think this movie is at least worth watching. Now, when it comes to these final two, if I could tie them, I honestly would because they're both really good and if I would to tie them, I would just do that. And you can honestly pick and choose. It could either be number one can be this day, this one could be number one this day. It's honestly a pick and choose type of top two. So I would not argue with you if you chose this one as your number one. I would not argue with you if you chose this one as your number one. So, however, as of right now, my number two is Captain America: Civil War. Now, technically, is this some sort of like a hidden Avengers movie or Avengers 2.5 to in a sense? Yeah, but it has some of the best moments in the entire MCU. You got the introduction of Black Panther and Spider-Man. You have the great airport fight. You have the great dynamic between Captain America and Iron Man in this movie, to where it has some of the best rivalries in this movie in a way, to where it kind of makes you have trust issues with the Avengers, and it makes Captain America and Iron Man not trust each other, and especially with Bucky, who we learned so much more about, who's a huge highlight of the movie. This is one of the best MCU movies, and like I said, can it be pretty much considered another Avengers movie, but like a hidden one in a way? Yeah, but that's probably why it's my number two, so that's kind of a holdback for me. But this is just a top 10 MCU movie in my mind. It is one of the best comic book adaptations out there. I truly love this movie. The action is great. Seeing more of Bucky and seeing some of these characters return, and just it's just a great Captain America movie, and it's just a great comic book adaptation, to where I really wish that we would get more movies like this. This is the type of MCU movie that I want to see more of. Not all the time, obviously, but this is the type of MCU movie to where I want to see conflicts happen. I want to see these characters kind of not trust each other, and kind of grounded and realistic, like this movie is. That is why this movie is so good in my mind, to where this is the type of MCU movie I want to see more of. So if we want to move in the right path in the MCU, I would say kind of resort to this, create conflicts, and make us doubt our heroes that we are watching. We don't want to, but it would create conflicts and would have the audience question what we're supposed to be doing here and what we should be trusting. That is why I love Captain America Civil War. But of course, coming in at number one is Captain America the Winter Soldier. I mean, it's going to be a hell of a movie to top this movie for me now, because for a while I said this movie was overrated and I didn't really care for the movie too much. I liked it, but I didn't love it. But after rewatching it, I love this movie. This is a great comic book movie. This is the best Captain America movie. Like I said, you can pick and choose with Civil War and Winter Soldier. So yeah, it's going to be a hell of a movie to top this movie. It is arguably a top five MCU movie. It is arguably just, or it could be argued to be the best one, if in my mind. It is just a great movie. It is an awesome action movie. The fast pace is awesome. We need Captain America like this. So hopefully, Sam Wilson gets another Captain America movie, gets his own trilogy. This is the type of movie I feel he should get. Let me know what your guys' ranking is down in the comments below. What is your favorite Captain America movie? What is your least favorite Captain America movie? Let me know in the comments below, and we shall talk about it. If you like this video, like it. If you'd love to subscribe to the bell notifications so you will get notified for all my latest videos. And of course, until my next video, see you all next time.